Welcome to Dr. K. Vasuki channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about research design and the different types of research design and the differentiation between the research or design. What is design? Design is a framework. For example, someone decided to construct a house. What they will do? Immediately, they plan. They form a framework about square feet, about rooms, size of the rooms, halls, and what kind of material they are going to use, and how much labors they are going to use for that, and money how much they are going to spend for constructing the house, and the time bound for constructing the house. These are the things which is reflected in this plan. So it is kind of blueprint. That is not only helpful for constructing the house. For conducting research, they have to design, that is called research design. In it, they have to clearly explain about the significance about the research topic, and the research design has to explain the area of research not only for the researcher but also for others, and it limits the resources to cross the boundaries. And also, research design give the whole scenario of the research. It clearly explains what is it. And research design tells the researcher and others about the modes and consequences, and it clearly helps and guides and directing, and also it ensures the time bound of research and also resources that required to carry out our research. So these are the things must explained in research design. So research design is the logical, which means it has to give proper explanation and systematic planning. It has step by step movement in planning, and it clearly directing the researcher towards achieve their goal. The design research from translating a general scientific model into varied research problem. But most of the research takes are giving much importance to the research design. Some of them are not giving much importance. They consider just a plan of study. So the research design may be either formal or informal. There are two types of research design. One is qualitative research design and quantitative research design. Nowadays, some of the researchers are using mixed method, that is qualitative and quantitative research design combinedly used in particular research, that is called mixed method of research design. What is qualitative research design and quantitative research design? Qualitative research design is a method. Yes, of course, it is a method of inquiry. Qualitative research is a method of inquiry. Yes, it is a kind of method using for collecting information. The information gives clear understanding about human and social sciences, because qualitative research is used to find out, or it gives in-depth understanding of human behavior, about their experiences, humans' attitudes towards something, and their intention and motivational factors. So we cannot measure it. So it is called quantitative research. Whereas in quantitative research, it is opposite to qualitative research. Here, collected information should assign with numerical value. Quantitative research is a research method. It is another kind of research design that is used to generate numerical value and hard facts, because whatever information we collect, the collected information assigned by a number. Based on the values, we are going to measure it with the statistical or mathematical techniques. The nature of qualitative research is holistic. Yes, of course. It is studying about human behavior, human attitude, human thought process, human perception about something. So it is a holistic. Whereas in quantitative research, it is about particularistic. In qualitative research, they are subjective approach. They are studying about the human being and their society and their culture. So it is subjective oriented, whereas in quantitative research, it is objective oriented. In qualitative research, they are using exploratory research design because they are in intention to explore about something, because they are observing something in social phenomena. In society, they are observing something. It doesn't give proper explanation or doesn't give or have proper evidence. So people are trying to explore about the human behavior and they are trying to find out the reason. That's why it is type of exploratory. Whereas in quantitative research, it is conclusive because it is result oriented. The reason for qualitative research is inductive. Based on the interest, based on the inducement, they are trying to find out the reason why it is happening. People are think and feel about particular issue. So it is a inducement. That is inductive. Whereas in quantitative research, it is deductive. They are trying to find out the cause and effect relationship between two variables. Why it is happening. Because of it, what will the consequences they are detecting. In qualitative research, they are using purposive sampling because the researcher purposefully or based on their interest purposefully selecting the sample. It may be a small size because researcher selecting sample purposefully. But in quantitative research, it is opposite because they are using a random sampling. It may be simple or stratified, some other because their sample size may be huge. And what kind of data they are using in the sense? In qualitative research, they are using verbal data because they are collecting information by words, by group discussion, by interview method. So, it is verbal data they are using, whereas in quantitative research, it is measurable because the collected information assigned by number, the number has to be have value. Based on the value, they are measuring it, whether we have to accept or we have to deny it. And the inquiry type is process oriented. Qualitative research, it has its own process to collect information. But in quantitative research, it is result oriented. As we said, it is explorative in qualitative research, but in quantitative research is conclusive. So it is result oriented. Hypothesis. What is hypothesis? Hypothesis is a tentative assumption which has to be tested. So in qualitative research, it is generated because there doesn't have proper explanation. So it doesn't have proper in-depth knowledge. So based on their inducement, they are studying, they are generating. Whereas in quantitative research, it is tested. The collected information assign numerical value. The value has to be tested by statistical techniques. The elements used in the analysis of qualitative research are words, picture, and objectives, while in quantitative research is numerical data. The objective of qualitative research is to exploring and discovering ideas used in the ongoing process. Whereas in quantitative research, it is opposed to qualitative research. The purpose is to examine the cause and effect relationship between two variables. The method used in qualitative research are in-depth interviews, focus group discussion, observation, etc. But in quantitative research, they are using structured interviews and observation and survey. That is Paka planned one. The last one is result. Qualitative research develops the initial understanding, whereas quantitative research recommends a final course of action. So in quantitative research, they are using structured data because it is Paka planned to they are using to collect the information. So it is structured data. They are using statistical techniques to analyze the data like ANOVA, chi-square, correlation, Pearson correlation, ANOVA, MANOVA. This objective conclusion, and they are using survey, experiment, all those things. Whereas in qualitative research, it is unstructured data. While interacting with the people, they are giving much more information. That information has to be incorporated with the collected information. So that is unstructured data, and it is we are presenting it in summary way of report. It is most subjective conclusion. We are using interviews, focus group discussion, observation as a tool to collect the information. So these are the some of the difference between qualitative and quantitative research. Nowadays, a researcher they are using mixed method. In the sense, they are using both qualitative and quantitative research design for their research. Thank you.